Let me tell you something, folks. There's annoying, there's rude, and then there's a whole other realm, a cosmic black hole of audacity, right where Carol Covington likes to live. You ever met someone who didn't just cross the line, but set up a tent on the other side and started charging rent? That's Carol. And let me say, the day she tried to colonize my refrigerator, declare it property of the HOA, plant a little pink flag in my leftovers, that was the day she messed with the wrong guy. Now, rewind to when I thought I'd found my slice of heaven. Vidian Meadows townhomes. Sounds pretty, right? It looked like a page out of a magazine. Manicured lawns, a two-car garage, peaceful nights where you could hear the crickets, and if you listen close, the faint whir of a neighbor's Roomba. I'm Marcus Holloway, by the way, UX designer by trade, which is just a fancy way of saying I fix people's problems so their lives feel smooth, logical, less aggravating. Except there's no app that can uninstall a Carol Covington from your real life. If there was, I'd pay extra for the premium version. I saved every dime for this place. Wasn't born with a silver spoon, more like a plastic spork. But finally, after years of studio apartments where the oven doubled as my nightstand, I had a real kitchen and, centerpiece of it all, this monster stainless steel fridge. Double doors, fancy ice maker, water dispenser that didn't leak. Felt like I'd made it. First night, I stock it with the good stuff. Sharp cheddar, organic greens, 6-pack of local IPA, and the crown jewel, a red velvet cheesecake from downtown. One fat, glorious slab. Sat on my moving box, had a bite, felt like a king. Next morning, I shuffle in, craving that cake, just a little to go with my coffee, tiny celebration. Open the fridge, bam, empty. Gone. Like it never existed. I'm standing there, blinking. Did I dream a cake? Did I eat it all in some sleepwalking haze? I check the trash, peek behind the boxes, nothing. Shrug it off. Moving stressful, right? Maybe I'm just scrambled. Couple days later, I meet the legend herself. Carol doesn't say hi, doesn't even offer a handshake. Instead, she shoves a clipboard under my nose, laminated bylaws, color-coded tabs, every line highlighted like she's prepping for the SATs. She's got on this blinding pink tracksuit, hair pulled so tight, she looks surprised to be awake. Mr. Holloway, I trust you've read the CC and RS. We don't allow inflatables. Section 4B, paragraph 6. It's August. I tell her, good to know, Miss Covington. She cuts me off. Just call me Carol, but it sounds more like a command. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of each other. I should have taken that as an omen. Then the food started vanishing. First, a couple yogurts. Then a bottle of orange juice, a lasagna I was saving for lunch, just gone. At first, I figure maybe I'm losing it. Maybe I left the door open. But the more it happened, the weirder it felt. I started arranging stuff just so. Milk here, eggs there, so I could tell if anyone messed with it. Every time I came home, something would be moved or missing. The milk, an inch to the left. Chicken salad, noticeably lighter. And I live alone. Doors locked, windows latched. How? One day, I run into my neighbor, Mr. Gable, getting our mail. I mention it, laughing, try not to sound nuts. He gives me this look, says, "You sure you're not just forgetting?" I nod, but inside I'm boiling. This is my new home, my sanctuary, and someone is creeping in and helping themselves. The last straw? My brisket. Not just any brisket. My mom's recipe, slow-cooked, marinated, ready for my buddies on Sunday. I'd save the best piece for myself. All day at work, I'm dreaming of that sandwich. Brisket, sharp cheddar, horseradish cream on toasted sourdough. Get home, open the fridge. The Tupperware's there, but empty, just a smear of barbecue sauce like a slap in the face. Didn't even wash it out. That's when I went from confused to furious. I'm a problem solver by nature. My gut told me it was Carol. The keys, the attitude, the clipboard queen with access to every unit for emergencies. But you can't just accuse a woman like Carol. She'd turn it on you, call the cops, fine you for harassment. I needed proof. So I got creative. Ordered the tiniest nanny cam I could find, disguised as a USB charger. Plugged it in opposite the fridge. Perfect view, motion triggered, notifications sent right to my phone. Then I baited the trap, another red velvet cheesecake, extra frosting, right in the center of the shelf like a golden idol. And I waited. Couple days later, I'm at work when my phone buzzes, motion detected. I pull up the feed, heart pounding, and there she is. Carol in full Pepto-Pink regalia, walks right in like she owns the place, heads straight to the fridge, grabs the cheesecake, tucks it under her arm, snags my leftover Thai chicken, and waltzes out in under a minute. The audacity, no shame, no hesitation. I saved the video in 3 different places, just in case. Part of me wanted to storm over and show her the evidence, but logic won out. Carol's the kind of person who doesn't respond to reason. She responds to power, to public humiliation. And honestly, a simple confrontation would just turn into her twisting the rules, maybe even finding me for the camera. So I decided to get a little creative. Phase 2, build a better trap. Now, don't get me wrong, I wasn't out to hurt anyone, but I wanted her to feel something when she tried to raid my fridge again, maybe a little zap to remind her some boundaries shouldn't be crossed. I swing by the auto parts store, grab a 12-volt battery, copper wire, some clips, rig up a little shocker to the fridge handle. Nothing dangerous, just a wake-up call. The next day I work from home, door from the garage, just barely unlocked, camera rolling. Around 1 p.m., I hear the faint click. There she is, this time in a neon green tracksuit, like a radioactive leprechaun. Walks in, grabs the handle, zap. She jumps back, lets out a yelp that rattles the windows, lands right on her, but eyes bugged out. I burst out laughing, couldn't help it. Looking for something, Carol? I ask, try not to choke on my own amusement. She spins on me, livid. You did this? That's assault. Still wiping tears, I say. Assault? Nah, just a little diagnostic. Maybe you should call before dropping by for groceries. She blusters. As HOA president, I'm allowed random inspections. I go, sure, Carol. Inspecting the inside of my bolognese for code violations? And then I flash my phone. Funny thing, though, I got a movie to go with it. Her face blanches. She sputters something about a legal recording, HOA legal counsel, how I'd be fined in a bankruptcy. Then she storms out, still yelling about my welcome mat not matching the color code. I stand there, half giddy, half terrified, because, yeah, I'd finally drawn blood, but now I'd poked the bear, and Carol had claws. The next morning, the first fine arrives, $150 for my unapproved welcome mat. Then another for leaving my trash bin out 10 minutes too long. Then $1,100 for coiling my garden hose counterclockwise. It's like she has a list of the dumbest things you could possibly find someone for, and she's checking them all one by one. Psychological warfare, Carol style. I start asking around. Turns out, every neighbor's got a Carol horror story. Fined for pine cones, for wind chimes, for sidewalk chalk. Everyone hates her, but everyone's scared. 10 years as HOA president. Absolute power, no accountability. Most folks just pay up, keep their heads down. But that's not me. This wasn't about my food anymore. It was about justice. So I request the entire HOA bylaws. 3 inches thick, legalese, and nonsense. I dig in every night with a highlighter, looking for a way out. Finally, I find it. If 25% of homeowners sign a petition, you can call a special meeting, and at that meeting, propose a vote of no confidence. It's not easy, but it's something. I get to work. First step, build trust, start fixing things for neighbors, help out with groceries, organize a little community day in the common area. At first, everyone's nervous, waiting for Carol to swoop in, clipboard blazing. But when the kids start laughing and people let their guard down, you can feel the mood shift. Carol does show up, barks about needing a permit, but nobody listens. Instead, they start sharing stories. Everybody's got a grievance. Soon, I'm knocking doors with a petition. Mister. Gable signs right away, then the Chararmas, then the Lees, one by one, people stand up. I get way more signatures than I need. Drop the petition on Carol's doorstep and quote the bylaw. She's got 15 days to schedule the meeting. The countdown is on, and the neighborhood feels electric. Carol fights back, cranking up the fines, spreading rumors, but it just makes everyone more determined. The day of the meeting, the clubhouse is packed. I get up, lay out the story, the fines, the harassment, the food theft. I mention private property, and then, for the grand finale, I play the video of Carol, caught in the act, on a big projector for everyone to see. Dead silence. Then, Mister. Gable stands up and calls for a vote. Nearly every hand goes up. Carol and her two loyal minions vote no, but it's over. We hold a snap election, Mr. Gable for president, Mrs. Kararma for treasurer, and, somehow, me for secretary. First order of business? Wipe out every fine from Carol's reign. The cheer that goes up, you could feel the tension melt away. Carol doesn't stick around. Next morning, there's a for sale sign in her yard. Within a month, she's gone, replaced by a young couple with a golden retriever and a baby who laughs all day. Vidian Meadows feels different now. People say hi, trade veggies, share stories. My fridge is safe. My brisket stays where I left it. Looking back, I almost want to thank Carol. Her need for control ended up building the very community she tried to crush. Her legacy isn't higher property values. It's a group of neighbors who finally stood up, and a story about an electrified fridge nobody will ever let me live down. Here's the thing. Bullies only have the power you give them. Stand alone, they'll pick you off. Stand together, and you'll flip the whole board. So, I want to hear your stories. Ever taken on a petty tyrant? Where do you draw the line between rules and just letting people live? Drop your thoughts below. Let's get a real debate going. And if you ever find yourself defending your leftovers against the queen of the HOA, just remember, a good plan, a sense of humor, and the support of your neighbors can change everything. Stay sharp, stay clever, and guard your cheesecake.